Hey everybody and welcome to the channel. My name is Ash and today I'm going to be doing a review for One Hand Clapping on the Xbox consoles. Now this was released onto the store on the 14th of December 2021. Developed by Bad Dream Games and it's published by Handy Games. And I was lucky enough to get a copy of this to do this video, so big thank you to them for that. Now, One Hand Clapping sounds really weird, especially when you're not doing any clapping in the game as such. This game is a vocal 2D platformer. And by that, you solve the puzzles by basically humming or singing into your microphone, and doing so helps you progress through puzzles and sort of changes the world around you. Now, obviously, you will need a microphone for this. I had to just use my Xbox mic. But, like I say, it's a really cool little mechanic that I don't think has been done in anything. Like, say, normally you get them in sort of the singing games like Rock Band and those sort of games. But in a platformer, this is the first time I've ever seen something like this on Xbox. So it was really, really unique. So it's described as a relaxing, inspiring puzzle platformer that focuses on vocal input to progress through its vibrant world. It's build confidence in your voice as you utilize melody, rhythm, and harmony as your tools. And take your time, you have nothing to lose, and you won't get punished for making a mistake. Now, you also use your controller while you're playing, so you have like the sort of left and right, etc. A's jump, but you do sort of plod along. I must admit, it's a slow going game. It's not a very sort of quick game. And you basically use your ability and your singing to progress through the levels via moving platforms, opening doors, moving boxes and stuff like that as it progresses. Now there are 6 levels in the game, and each of them has their own sort of theme. And like I say, the first level starts out all dark and gloomy, as you can see on the screen, which is basically the plot that some sort of darkness has sort of invaded the world, and your singing basically fights against it. And you have to sort of go across these different levels, meet all these cool different characters in these bright, vibrant levels, because it really picks up later on. It gets sort of really sort of pinks and greens and blues and stuff like that. Really nice sort of graphics to move along and sort of save the world, basically. Now, other than obviously controlling your character with your pad, a lot of the stuff, like I've said, is controlled by your voice. Now, I had a little trouble getting everything just right, but there are lots of sort of options to sort of set up the voice controls. So I highly recommend having a play with them before you really get into the game to sort of make sure you've got the best fit for you. And you start off, and it's pretty simple, like I say. I mean, when you're watching this video, this is just from the first level. It's basically raising platforms, moving stuff, etc., etc. But later on, you've got to sort of get your pictures right as it goes along, and you've got to sort of use your voice to create the perfect sort of curves and stuff. Similar to how, like, if you ever played, I don't know if you played Rock Band, when you're doing the singing, you have to sort of keep it in line with the right points at the right sort of level. That is similar to how some of the stuff in the future is used, as well as obviously like creating platforms and stuff like that, making things move. You use it for like going up and down in sort of flying sections, like where you're sort of floating, so you have to use your thing to go up and down. Now, it is cool how they expand on the different types of mechanics as you go along, that you use your voice. So, like I say, you've definitely got to get your microphone working correctly, because if you don't, you will struggle. I struggled at the beginning until I sort of calibrated it properly. And like I say, you do sound like a bit of a prat, sort of sitting there going, oh, trying to move it around, but it's the point of the game. You can actually hum as well. You can just sort of go, and if you get it right. So you don't have anything to worry about there. you just give people a good laugh if they're sat in the same room with you, basically, and you've got your headset on. Now, there's no sort of combat or anything like that. It's a very sort of slow, plodding sort of puzzle game where you just have to sort of take your time and think things through. And the puzzles aren't particularly difficult. If you do mess up, like I say, it's not the end of the world. You are able to restart and stuff if need be, but it does get harder for your voice, and like you have to do certain things in certain orders at the precise sort of pitch and stuff. So if you're not that great, you may struggle at it. And like I say, I have read that some of the achievements are linked to performing like those bits perfectly. So I'm so far not doing great on the achievements on the game because, like I say, I sound rough as it is anyway. Especially after like being ill and stuff, my throat isn't where it should be anyway. So it has been a struggle later on in the game. But like I say, it's not the game's fault. But it's got lovely sort of an aesthetic style, very simple looking. It's an easy to sort of pick up and play game. It's got a very unique mechanic to it. Like I say, the only downside is you do need a headset. And each of the levels really sort of stood apart from each other. They were all really enjoyable. So the background music and stuff is really nice as well. I highly recommend turning your volume up on your headset to enjoy that as well. And yeah, overall the game was really good. I mean, it didn't blow me away. Like, it's not a 10 out of 10 game. And sometimes the mechanics, the singing mechanics as such, aren't perfect. But it's very unique. They've tried something really different and it's made it stand out, so I commend them for that. There's loads of different sort of puzzles and the way which you sort of attempt them with your voice. And yeah, like I say, I can't really fault it for that. Like I say, it's definitely a good 8 out of 10 game if you like your platformers. If you're not super good with your voice, you may think of it not being as popular and like as suited to you, but obviously take that into account before you take the plunge and buy it. So it's obviously playable on Xbox One and Xbox Series X and S, and it does have 4K and HDR10 as well, and it's priced at $14.99. But that's that for this video, guys. If you think this video has helped you decide if you want to play this game, please let me know in the comments. Is this something that you think you would like to try? Do you think it stands out by being different and stuff like that? Let me know in the comments. Hit like, hit subscribe, and we'll see you soon for more content. Bye for now.